Hey, what's up guys? How are you doing? Welcome to the channel if you're new, and welcome back if you're returning. We appreciate you. Alright, today we have Goat Control for Goat format, one of the most popular historical decks for this format. Before we get into it, if you guys like Goat format, Edison, Tengu, or Hat, we got them all here, so check us out for more. We appreciate you. Let's do this. To start off with, we got Blackluster Soldier, Envoy at the beginning. He is an amazing card, limited to one, so you have to play him. We have a bunch of one-ofs in this deck, so let's get these one-ofs out of the way with. We got BLS, Zaborg, Tribe Infecting Virus, Raker the Magical Warrior, DD Warrior Lady, Kaiku the Ghost Destroyer, Abyss Soldier, Asura Priest, Songen, Spirit Reaper, Morphing Jar, Sinister Serpent, Magical Merchant, and that is it for the one-ofs. And amazingly enough, there's only 6 monsters left in this deck. But let's go over these one-ofs first. So, how many of these are actually limited to one? We have Serpent, Morphing Jar, Songen, Abyss Soldier is semi-limited, but we're playing one. DD Warrior Lady is one, Breaker is one, Tribe, and BLS. So we have a lot of limited cards. And then we're playing a lot of cards that are majority light or dark, and then they're all just different levels. One thing to know about this deck is that it plays Metamorphosis, so it's important to have different levels for different options, right? You want to be able to send monsters at different levels to the graveyard to get those lights and darks in the graveyard for BLS. You have different random level 1s, Serpent and Merchant. This allows you to go into a Thousand Eyes Restrict off something other than a Scapegoat token. Just a lot of options. It might seem like a clusterfuck of one-ofs, but trust me, it works. It has a great synergy. And now for the two-ofs. And this is very common for Goat Control decks too. It's not just me choosing to play a crap ton of one-ofs. We have 2 Tsukiyomi and 2 Magician of Faith. And for the final monsters of the deck, we have 2 Gravekeeper Spy. So these are obviously some of the best cards in the format. Spy and Moth especially. Flip effects that bring out +1s, brings you back a spell, brings you back another copy. Dark Light. But the thing I particularly want to highlight is Tsukiyomi. In this Goat Control deck, we are able to abuse the hell out of Thousand Eyes Restrict. So by being able to flip it face down, flip it face up again, and re-equip, you can essentially suck up one of their monsters every single turn, which is really good. Thousand Eyes Restrict is obviously a card that was banned shortly after. Definitely a ban-worthy card, and we are abusing the hell out of it. This is our Goat Control aspect of the deck, using the Scapegoat, Thousand Eyes Restrict, Tsukiyomi, and let me look before I lie, but no, I'm not on Book of Moon. Some decks play Book of Moon. I forget why I opted not to, but I think I just didn't have space. I wanted to put emphasis on the fact that Tsukiyomi was here, using Songen to grab her, hard drawing her, having draw power to get her. Okay, on to the spells and traps. Here we go. First up, you have your phone, your car keys, and your wallet. You can't leave home without them. These cards are insane. Don't really have to do too much explaining. Free pluses. And then we have Snatch Steal. Snatch Steal is like another way of stealing monsters, which is really good. We have Premature Burial. We have a lot of Metamorphosis targets, so it's too easy to bring back something and meta it off. Or it's too easy to discard something off Tribe and Premature Burial it back. Just very good card in this deck. I particularly like it. Then we have 1 Heavy Storm and 1 MST. Heavy Storm is really good in a Goat Control deck because you can destroy that equipped monster to Thousand Eyes Restrict, then re-equip another monster. MST obviously just super generically good. These cards are just good in general for clearing up the back row and making sure our plays go through. Next up, we have 2 Noblemen of Crossout. You absolutely have to play it. Most decks play this card anyways, but particularly in this deck, you have to play it because of Tsukiyomi. It's too easy just to Book of Moon their monster and then banish it right out of the way. Book of Mooning a BLS and knocking it just feels really nice. Next up, we play 2 Creature Swap. Creature Swap, giving them a Scapegoat token, is absolutely super free. And then being able to meta their monster off. There's just so many things you can do with Creature Swap. in this deck that it just becomes a mandatory card. It is semi-limited, so you can only play 2 copies. And then one of the cards that is insane in this deck, insane in this format, another card that was banned shortly after GOAT, 3 Metamorphosis, allows you to get that free fusion monster. If you guys don't know what it does, it tributes off a monster on your side of the field, and based off that monster's level, you can summon a fusion monster from your fusion deck with an equal level. So Scapegoat, which is what the format's named after and what this deck is named after, brings out level 1 tokens, so you can tribute them off with Metamorphosis to bring out a Thousand Eyes Restrict. And I am just realizing I don't have my extra deck with me, but I don't even know where that's at. My bad, guys. But Thousand Eyes Restrict, you can look it up. It's going to be a level 1 fusion. Let's do this first. Let's get through the traps. Mirror Force, Torrential, Ring of Destruction, and Call of the Haunted. We're just playing the best one-ofs. We're not playing anything defensively. There's really no reason to play Sakura Etsu Armor because more often than not, you're going to be floodgating your opponent with Thousand Eyes Restrict. Thousand Eyes Restrict is a level 1 fusion that says that no monsters can attack except for him, and no other monster, including your other monsters, can change their battle position. So he's just a walking floodgate, and once per turn, he can equip a monster that your opponent controls to him. He gains the attack and defense, and if it's face down, I think he just goes to like 0/0. But yeah, just an insane floodgate. You're going to need 3 copies of him for this deck, absolutely mandatory. Since I don't have the fusion deck, I'm going to go over it verbally right now. And then you're going to need Gatling Dragon because you have a level 8. You're going to need there's a few level 5s, you're going to need those. You're going to need like Dark Fire Dragon, level 4, Darks. You have a ton of level 4s. You're going to need level 3s. There's no level 2. And then, yeah, that's basically it. A lot of level 1s. Oh yeah, Moth has level 1 too, so that's another way of getting Thousand Eyes Restrict. But you do need those guys. Sorry guys, I don't have my fusion deck on me. But we'll get it back next video. But that is the deck list. That's the more important part. I'm assuming if you're here that you're not all new players. Some of you are just looking for new ideas for this deck. So you already have an extra deck. But yeah, that's it guys. If you guys have any suggestions or changes, things that you would update to the deck list, let me know down below. I'm always looking for suggestions. This is a community project after all. Let me know how my ratios are. If there's any other one-ofs I'm forgetting, because I actually have way too many of them, but I can always use a few more. And again, if you guys like GOAT format, Edison format, Tengu plant format, or hat format, even any of those more niche retro formats, we got it all here on the channel. We'll be doing everything. And if you guys like other Chaos variants, not just Chaos, this one's GOAT control, but similar to this is like Chaos Turbo. That's going to get rid of those GOATs and Metamorphosis and have more emphasis on just like the Darks and Lights. We also have that deck profile available on the channel. But we have tons of other decks, so check us out, like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.